Good morning, you lot. How you doing? I hope everything's well and dandy. A little bit of a mini update on the Kia situation. For those of you that are following the Kia situation with the car and everything, a little bit of a mini update, I suppose, this is going to be, because I've taken it to the dealer and all that, and I don't know what to make of the results, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, let's have a little talk, shall we? So, basically, at the moment, in case you haven't realised, I'm sitting in the car. Not in the car, I mean, the old Fiesta. And so basically, I took the Kia to the dealer, the Kia dealership, who looked at it and said, "Good news!" I was like, "Oh, brilliant, I'm glad, thanks." And they said, "Yep, that rattling noise is the timing chain." I was like, "Good." Because I knew that it was something to do with that, didn't I? I kept saying to everybody, it's something to do with that chain. They said, "But you can keep driving it." I said, "What? Why? How can that be drivable like that? You know?" They said, "Oh, well, it's got a rattle, but it's nothing to worry about. It's normal." I said, "All right, but if it's normal, how comes it ain't always done it?" Because it was fine. It sounded sweet as a nut, actually. And all of a sudden, one day, the noise just popped up. And they said, "Oh, when it wear and tears, that's normal." I said, "Yeah, but wear and tearing at 14,000 miles, surely that's not right, no? I'd understand if it was 114,000 miles, yeah, you might do." He said, "No, it's just wear and tear part, that wear and tear like that, that makes a bit of noise when it wears." I said, "Yeah, but it shouldn't be wearing at 14,000 miles, not like that. I mean, I've had cars that go into 200,000 miles with chain, and they don't rattle like that." And he kept saying, it's normal. And then he said, oh, what else did he say? I said, "Well, I think what's happened is the guide has broke." Oh no, he said, those chains, because I said, "All right, well, I'll just change, get it repaired, because that noise, it's not normal. I don't care what you say, it's not normal." He said, "Well, we don't recommend that you even touch it, because those chains and all the parts to do with it, tensioners and everything, are designed to not break. They're designed to just be left as they are." I said, "Well, that one's broken, isn't it?" And he said, "Well, no, that one's not broken, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it." I said, "Well, something has broken." I said, "I think a bit of the guide has broken off." Because what happened is, I played stupid. I just said there's a noise in the engine, yeah, when I first took it there. And they told me it was a chain, so we know that it is that, because, anyway, we know that. But they said that, so they've diagnosed it correctly. But they're telling me that it's normal and fine, but it's not. Because I think for that to all of a sudden make that noise, that rattling noise, yeah, all of a sudden, it was fine, sweet as a nut, the engine was perfectly silent, normal. All you could hear was the ticking of the injectors, which is normal. And then all of a sudden, that noise comes along, yeah? So something's broken in there, and I think it's a part of the guide. Usually they're plastic guides. Keep the chain taut, and they keep it in line. I've seen them before, not on these engines, but on other engines. They break off, and then the chain can flap around, and it becomes loose, and it flaps around in there. And that's where you get that noise from. It sounds awful. Now, think about a bicycle, yeah? When your chain comes loose on your bicycle, it's sometimes going to skip a tooth, can't it? Yeah? Or it can fall off altogether. In this case, it's exactly the same principle. You've got cogs at the top and cogs at the bottom. Now, if the chain is loose, there's the chance that it could skip a tooth. Alright? Or it could fall off, but I don't think it will in this case. But it's more likely to skip a tooth. If it skips a tooth, then we've got the chances of, well, it'll run shit, because the timing will be out on the valves. And they've got VVT, variable valve timing, on those engines as well. And I believe it's interfering with them, because the chain's got to be tight enough for that to work properly. Anyway, if it skips a tooth, the valves are going to be out. They could hit the pistons. I don't think those are non-interference engines. Now, a non-interference engine is where the pistons and valves won't hit each other, even if they're out. Yeah, so if your belt snapped, you've got a belt and it snapped, it wouldn't matter. You just put a new belt on. On a normal engine, if the valve timing is out, it's not in the correct sequence to the pistons going up and down. The piston comes up, the valves are still down, open, and boof, they hit, and then you bend valves. So that'll happen. If it skips a tooth, the valve's going to be still open and down. When the piston's coming up, boof, you've hit it, and but it might not be enough to hit, yeah, by skipping one tooth, but it'll be enough for it not to run properly, and it will be. So I think it's ridiculous that they're saying it's okay to drive it with a loose chain. It's obvious that the chain has become loose and it's flapping around because you can hear it. It shouldn't be making that noise. It shouldn't be flapping around, especially at 14,000 miles. If that starts to happen at any mileage, you need to get that fixed. The other problem is we've got the piece of broken guide is now flapping around somewhere in that area of that chain, probably down at the bottom by the bottom cog at the bottom sprocket, whatever you want to call it, just sitting there. And that could come up and get lodged up against something. That could jam up between the between a cog and the chain, and it could jam it up. It could cause any kind of trouble. You don't want anything flapping around inside your engine. I can't believe that they've said that that's normal. They keep going on about the warranty, or the warranty has expired. I know it expired. It expired during the coronavirus. I was going to get it to you while the warranty was still active, but the coronavirus said that we couldn't go out because the lockdown, they were not supposed to be going out and everything at that point. Oh, it doesn't matter. They said we were open, so you could bring it. I said, oh, well, okay, fair enough. I understand that point. And then they said, oh fuck, what was the other thing they said? Oh yeah, they said, well, the timing chain is a wear and tear part, right? I said, yeah, okay, I'll agree with that. It is a wear and tear part. It's like belts were, and chains are as well. And he said it's a wear and tear part, so the warranty wouldn't have covered it anyway. But then that defeats the whole point of the whole situation, because my argument is, and my point is, and I kept saying this, but they don't care. If it had done more mileage, 50,000 miles, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 miles, even just 50, like I said, and this had popped up, alright, I wouldn't even be at you. I wouldn't even be at the dealership, because the warranty's expired anyway, and I wouldn't even be there. I'd just be thinking, oh fuck, I've got to fix this now. Just fix it myself. The whole point is, that engine is only at 14,000 miles. Yeah, that is the whole argument. But they keep saying, oh, it's wearing. But my point is that there's a fault in that engine that shouldn't, like I said, if that had happened at 50, 60, 70,000 miles, is a problem. Engines break and they need to be repaired, but not at 14,000 miles. For it to break that early on in the mileage life, there's a fault. One of the parts are faulty from the manufacturing process. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's my argument. They're not interested, genuinely. They're just not interested. Funnily enough, alright, we'll have a look through. I went on the Kia forum, and there's some funny people on there, I tell you, bloody hell. They're like, the Kia people, the Kia fan people, they're like little ravenous dogs. And the minute you come on there with a bit of a problem, they jump on you and defend Kia, and they just chew you up. Bloody hell. And also, I've emailed the Kia complaints, and the email I got back was quite funny. So let's have a look at some of the things that I've been dealing with, then, shall we? Right. So when I was saying to the dealership, I'm not happy with the conclusion. I'd like to sort of take this further, because I believe that it's a fault with the manufacturing process, and I believe that because it's so low in the mileage, you should be doing something about it. I don't think it's a case of just. I think you're just brushing me off, to tell you the truth. And they said, okay, you'll have to take it up with Kia themselves, like the actual proper, like go to the head office. So I found on their website the complaints. So I decided to complain. I'm not complaining against the actual dealer, because the people were very kind and polite. It's the policies of Kia that I'm complaining against. And the email I got back was this. Dear Ben, thanks for your email. It's disappointing to hear that you're experiencing concerns with your Picanto. I appreciate that the current pandemic has not helped with getting your vehicle inspected. However, it's worth noting that all the dealers were reopened by the end of July. You've advised that Essex Auto Group Southend have inspected your Picanto and confirmed that they're unable to find a fault. However, you feel this is incorrect. You may therefore wish to seek advice of an alternative Kia dealer. Although your Picanto is out of warranty, if a fault is found, then we can review the details to see how we can assist. You can find details of alternative Kia dealers here. If there is anything else we can assist you with, please get in touch via email or call us on Regards, Stephanie Gallagher. Now, that is kind of a good thing to be hearing. Like I said, it wasn't the actual dealer that I was complaining against because they were quite polite at Southend. It's just the actual policies that they're saying, Now they're saying if there is a fault, they might be able to help in this email. But they're saying basically, if you don't like that dealer, go to another one. So, what I'm going to do, the plan is now, because there's a couple of situations here. One, well, they gave me a quote actually. I asked Kia for a quote. Alright, I said, alright, can you just give me a quote to just to take it apart and put a new kit on? Because you can only buy timing chain kits, you can't just buy the guide on its own. Yeah? So if the guide's broken but everything else is in good condition, you can't just put a guide on. Well, they might be able to, Kia might be able to, but for me, I can't. I tried to buy just a guide to see if I could buy just a guide and do it myself. You can't. You got to buy a kit, which is £300. So I said, alright, can you give me a quote to just repair it? And they say, no, we recommend you don't repair it, which is surprising. You think they want to take all my money and bite my hand off. But they, no, we don't recommend you take it apart. Them timing chains should never ever be touched. I said, can I just have a quote just to repair it, please? He come back with a quote of £300 for the part, or I think it was £292 for the part, and £720 for the labour. Now, I can't afford that, so that's out of the question. There's no way that's impossible. And like I say, for me to buy the part for £300, can't do that. Ain't got that amount of money, can't buy that. So what I'm going to do is, I've already got some independent things from independent mechanics that I know of, and they've all said, that amount of mileage, I don't want to touch it. You need to go to Kia, and they need to fix it because that is a manufacturing default. Now, where was I? A load of cars come around. I had to stop. Bloody noise. Had to move. Yeah, so the independent garages have said, this isn't a case of just getting it fixed. At 14,000 miles, you should go to Kia and get them to do something because the engine's failed prematurely. There's something wrong with it. And so you need to get them to look at it and to repair it. It's not a case of warranty or nothing like that. But I've managed to get quotes from them of £1,200 for the whole job in parts and labour, and the other one was £850 parts and labour. So one's slightly cheaper than the other. We're still around about the same price, but that's not the point, And if I was to do it myself, could do, but I've got to buy the part, can't do that. So what I'm going to do, the idea is, I'm going to keep going at Kia and use the evidence that I'm gathering up from the other mechanics that are recommending I go to Kia, because it's they shouldn't be telling me to drive this, not this, but that car, in that condition. It's irresponsible. Was one of the garages I phoned up. They said it's irresponsible of Kia. They shouldn't be telling you to drive it with a timing chain flopping around. You cause a lot more damage to your engine. They don't care about you and your engine. They just, whereas I agree with. Anyway, so that's a mini update. So what I'm going to do is, when I've got all the documents and paperwork and everything like that, I'll show you everything, and we'll see where we go. I should get that car back this weekend. It's Wednesday today. I should get it back at the weekend, and then we can have a look at it, and we'll go from there. So there's a mini update there for you, and then we'll have more updates to come and see how we go with it. So we have a quick look. Battery's going to die on this camera, but so we have a quick look to see the Kia forum and some of the replies. Some of them are quite funny, really. Just they jump. they were chewing me up like a piece of bone. So I basically explained the whole situation, and one reply says, ring or phone the support line. Yeah, so I done that. Well, I done it anyway. And I said, I've already done that. Somebody else said, purely based on the details of P-brain as described. It's very difficult to understand how engine with 30,000 miles in the years can suffer timing chain problems in the services schedule. They all keep going on about warranty. I'm not on about. I don't want a warranty though. Only if it's got 130,000 miles. So that is blaming me, but basically that one. And I've replied to that. And somebody else said, "Did you get the 10,000 miles on the kid? You go and done yourself. I think that you're meeting criteria on T's and C's." See, they're on about warranty again. I'm not on about warranty. I don't care about warranty. Everyone keeps going on about warranty. And the reason Kia's refusal to fix the car, you have not followed the requirements. See, these people are, back again, these people are pure, like, proper Kia arse lickers sort of thing, you know what I mean? Really good quality of the correct grade, yep, we done the right oil, didn't we? Oops, sorry about that, you lot, the battery died on this camera. It's tomorrow now, it's the next day. All I was doing was showing you some of the replies on my thread on the Kia Owners Club. Just for a laugh, you know. So let's have another quick look and then I've got to go. I can't remember where I left off, to tell you the truth. We had a look at some of these comments, didn't I? Oh, this comment, it was just saying it's been neglected, blah, blah, blah. There's an old bloke on here that made me laugh. He cracked me up. Hold on. They'll keep going on about bloody warranties on here. I'm not interested in the warranty, and I've tried to explain that. It's the principle that it shouldn't have broken, but there we go. Where are we? No, it still doesn't make any quality. I'm afraid your warranty. I'm on about warranty again. Your warranty is already void when you purchase the motor. My reliability, my brother-in-law just traded in this week. I don't know why people keep going on about the warranty. I'm not interested in the warranty. It's not a warranty problem. It looks like one person was on my side. You know, this person here. Yeah, this person here, he don't like me. Back again. Since yours is the first 7-year-old Picanto on here that has possibly suffered engine failure, I do not think you can say the quality isn't very good. See, it's interesting, because on this forum there's loads of people with this engine failure. There are loads of older Picantos on the road that have not suffered such a failure. It's quite posh, this bloke, I think. But you still do not accept the lack of servicing and may have caused this issue. You feel rich and aggrieved. Take Kia to court, you will lose. It's interesting, man. It's bloody interesting. Because nobody seems to be understanding that it isn't neglected. It's got a service history in the book. And actually Kia have accepted that because I showed them. So it's got a service history. So I don't know how they can say the lack of servicing. This bloke here, this black again bloke. He's a posh rich bloke, I reckon, if you read the rest of his thread. It's funny, really. Cracks me up. I'm not going to take anyone to court. Bloody hell, as you can see what I've written, I wasn't going to take no one to court. Everybody seems to think it's all a court thing these days. Look, I said... someone else replied, it appears this car's been neglected all its life. Really? Parts that rarely rely on regular servicing are not covered. See, the thing is, a valve guide, a timing chain guide doesn't get serviced. It just stays there. It's a piece of plastic. We're out of focus. Yeah, the little bloody camera's broken. Everything I have breaks, you see. It's a piece of plastic that just guides the chain, yeah? Oil and all that won't affect a guide. It's a piece of plastic, yeah? A hydraulic tensioner, yeah, that'll affect it. The chain, yeah, that'll affect it. But a guide, no. You know, if it wasn't to be serviced in 14,000 miles, it still had that original oil on it, it wouldn't matter for a guide. And I'm sure you lot will agree. It's a piece of plastic. Or it might not be plastic in this case, it could be rubber or something. I don't know what it could be, but it ain't bloody reliant on it. And the only reason there was nothing but I don't care about that. And I put, too right I would lose. A small person like me won't stand a chance against a large company with loads of money. That's the problem, and that's my argument. Nobody cares about little people who work hard to buy a nice car, but in the rich people just buy cars whenever they want, get all the money when things go wrong. And then this bloke here, what's his name, back again, it just shows, look, you bought a nice car that's been neglected, or this like registered VAT goes blah blah blah. Warranty, but it's on about warranty again. I don't know why everyone's on about warranty, isn't it, for some reason? And yeah, he just starts rubbing it in that he can buy a new car every 3-4 years, blah blah blah. See, that's the problem with you know, you get richer, older people don't care about anyone else because they've got it all right. You know, they're happy, they've got everything they want, they don't care about anyone else, and that's what happens. But I thought it was a laugh. There's loads more comments on that thread. I might read some more later on, but it's going to go on for a long time. There's a lot of comments on it, a lot of posts on that thread. Basically, that's the Kia Owners Club and the support section. I just wanted to see what other people's opinions were on what the garage said and what the dealer said and all that stuff. Every independent garage I've spoken to have said, look, don't pay any money to get it fixed. Go to Kia. They should replace it for free because it's a failure. Regardless of any warranty, it's a failure that shouldn't have happened. So don't pay it. And I'm surprised because you think they just want to take my money. But they've been telling me not to do it and go to Kia. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one, you lot, with a better update because it's a bit shit, this update, innit? So take care.